think win-win, and seek first to understand then to be understood. But now we're going to talk about synergy. Synergy is the habit that ties both of the others together. You know, most Americans don't actually know what it is.
Synergy.
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 We're talking about what?
What?
Mm-hmm.
What's synergy?
What is that?
The energy with a
Oh, cool. I love synergy.
I love synergy.
It's a group energy working together. Something working together.
I love synergy because it's one of the topics that I use when I do my How to Think Like Leonardo da Vinci presentations.
Synergy actually piggybacks off win-win. Let everybody bring their gifts and talents to the table and let them participate and encourage creativity.
It was like the golden rule.
We're an international school, so we have a lot of different cultures and like attitudes and all kinds of different things coming into this school. And I think all together, everyone here makes it work very well, and everyone accepts others for who they are, and it's a great environment.
Synergy means the whole is more important than all the individuals, kind of like my fingers, right? So one finger by itself, does nothing. I can break that finger, right? But all 5 fingers working together is hard to break.
What is my paradigm? What is my paradigm? What's your paradigm? What's your paradigm? And how can we come together to create something completely unique?
It seems to me synergy is a byproduct of a service attitude, a respect attitude. It seems like there are a lot of other functions and personality characteristics that have to be present first. And synergy is one of those almost unintended byproducts, but you can orchestrate it so it is an intended byproduct, but nonetheless it seems to be a secondary outcome rather than a primary focus.
Synergy, again, doing everything for the team.
I think it's a good thing just because I think everybody is unique in their own way, and we have countless differences just in ourselves. And not only do you have to find the differences in yourself and balance it out and find out who you really are, but you need to find in the people around you too to make a good environment for yourself and others.
I see synergy. I see a lot of acceptance that I would never have seen even 10 years ago in students accepting each other's diversity, not only accepting it and not making fun of someone, including the person. So I'm very impressed that how you guys can look at each other and see a lot of differences and not completely reject it. You just say, oh, that's just the way he is, or that's just the way she is, or I like how you do something differently. I've actually had students write each other notes saying, I really appreciate the fact that you're, and it's something that 10 years ago somebody who said you're weird about, and they write, I appreciate the fact that you have an off-the-wall sense of humor. I'm so impressed by that. You guys accept diversity, you include it. We certainly have our cliques, but I've never seen such an accepting culture in high school, ever.
I do. For example, when the boys varsity basketball started getting closer and closer to their tournaments, and you could see that energy individually worked together, and corporately you had this synergy. It was really fun to watch that emerge. I've also seen that in the choir coming up for the state contest, and the band. You saw the band kind of linked together, and what they did corporately was so much better than what they did individually. Yes, I've seen some synergy in those things.
For example, when the basketball team, when they made that run in the playoffs, the whole school came together, and the actual crowd acted as a sixth man to help the team, kind of, especially that one game against McCall. Without the fans, this whole school coming together, I don't think the team would have pulled that one out.
I see it more in high school. Middle school students are more focused on trying to carve out their own identity, and they try to carve out their identity in a group. And by the time students get to high school, that group identity isn't as important as the self-identification. Who am I right now? Who do I want to be? Who am I becoming? That's more important at the ego level in high school than in middle school. So I see a lot more of, oh, you're different than me, but that's cool in high school. I don't actually see that in middle school.
I see, you know, the students that are strong in math helping the other students who are not struggling, but that need that extra help. So there's a lot of synergy when they go to Rembrandt's and they do study sessions right before a big exam. So yes, we do exhibit synergy, you know, throughout the school.
Like isosynergy, some of the time, I do synergy. Some of us like to talk a lot, like in line.
Interact.
And then, if one of us are gone, we sort of make jokes. And I like to eat pie, is that synergy?
At elementary, there's a lot of win-win and collaboration, especially until about 4th grade. Because until about 4th grade, they see each other as one big family, one big group. They have birthday parties and invite almost everybody in the class until mom says,
One
I'm
invitation
sorry.
goes to every single
Everybody.
person.
There's a lot of that on the playground. There's a lot of playing together. Let's start a game. Well, we don't have a jump rope. What do you want to do? There's a lot of win-win and collaboration in the lower grades. A lot of that.
The more that synergy is obvious, everybody is happier.
Synergy to me is letting people bring their entire selves to whatever you're doing. So sometimes there's a big difference between collaboration. We all come together to do something, and I get to bring my strengths and you bring your strengths, and we come together and collaborate and do something good. Synergy is not only are we going to collaborate, come together, do something good, we're going to come together and create something that independently none of us would have come together and done. Because you bring your perspective, somebody brings their perspective, a different person brings their perspective and their gifts and talents, and rather than going, no, I don't like your approach, no, I don't like your approach, no, I don't think we need that gift and talent right now, we step back and go, how could I incorporate all of this?
We're starting to, you know, turn into the people we're going to be, and we're starting to get ready to go to college, so our attitudes and all kinds of things are changing differently, and people are maturing, and you have to get used to what that is, and I think it's preparing us very well for what we're about to experience.
I think that that if the students work together, that they'll be successful. If the teachers work together, then the students are going to have a great experience. So yeah, it's the synergy between students themselves, between the faculty and the students. Yes, we should stress synergy and working together, because otherwise you'll have a disjointed group and factions, and that's not good. You're not going to have a strong organization if you have splinter groups throughout. They need to be kind of cohesive.
I don't know if you can just think in your mind that synergy is a priority and it actually happens.
If you take care of your people will take care of you.
Anytime you don't synergize or don't have individuals contributing to a team effort or a community effort, you can get competitive really quickly. And you can pit faculty against faculty or student against student, and then it's all me first attitude. Well, me first is a dictatorship attitude. I want to be in charge. Usually if there's only one person in charge, other people are not heard.
Then you end up with some negative traits like jealousy. You have also this kind of backstabbing, cutthroat mentality where it's all about the grades, and it's, you know, I'm not going to help this person because I want to get to the top.
Although we might have our differences and we might have our arguments every now and then, especially in TOK, Mr. Hanson. I think we work very well, and it's the closest class that I've ever experienced.
I think we should have a little bit more synergy, but not a lot, because if we have too much, we'd be like, hi.
No matter where you go, especially in America, where we have just like this huge melting pot of different types of people and places, I think that people get moved around a lot, and no matter where you go, you're going to have to deal with those differences in people, and you need to learn how to deal with that and work well with others.
And you certainly have times when you are going to have to disregard somebody's idea. but you let them have the idea. You listen, you seek first understand, you let them talk, get the whole idea out without interrupting. And this is what I think I heard. So it really takes win-win, collaborate, bring your gifts and talents to the table, seek first understand, really listen, let them get through the idea, don't interrupt, don't diss it. It brings all that together to create kind of like win-win on steroids. Win-win on steroids. Okay, everybody, you're allowed to be as creative as you need to be, and then we'll figure out what to do with all that. It's not just win-win. It's not just get along and compromise. It's why don't we figure out how to be completely and fully here, every single one of us.
Like leadership.
Leadership. Leadership.